G'day folks. Well, here it is. This is the 355 short block that came back from the machine shop yesterday. So I only just picked it up. He's done a beautiful job, but goodness me, he's not the quickest turnaround in there. I think I had that maybe early mid-July, so we're talking nearly 4 months. But anyway, it's all done. It's all been measured. We've got 2,500 thousandths clearance on the cam bearings. I had to fiddle around with that. We've got 3 thousandths on our conrod bearings. The actual bearings that I originally bought with the new crank, turns out they were 4,000. So I thought they were up there when I first tested them with some Plastigauge. And that's why I sent them in, because I just wanted it confirmed. Yes, so we've gone like an oversized bearing of 1 thousandths. So we've gained our thou back and we're at 3 thousandths. Obviously we've got a new crank, guys, because I wiped the crank previously when I had this 355 running, and that was through excessive cooler line pressure on the automatic transmission. So it was part of my fault, because I was actually running a couple of extra coolers, which was restricting the flow, and it was basically causing the converter to push away from the gearbox, and ended up wiping my thrust out. So I was very lucky though. It was only the crank that was damaged, and yeah, so we've replaced the crank. And because it's an early style block, it runs a neoprene seal. So we have to take off around 200 thousandths off this part here for the Neo to sit in there. And I think if you look closely, you can almost see the lip. Yeah, so just see it there, where they machine it away. Because the later blocks, I think after around 1972, run a rope seal. So I can only get a rope seal crankshaft. But like, it's only $70 to get it machined down, so it's not a big expense. We've had the crank balanced to suit the rods and pistons. I ended up getting a new camshaft. So the previous camshaft that I was running was a 224, 498 lift. Well, we've gone up to a 230 at 50 thousandths, around the same lift. I think it's 2 thousandths less, it's 496. But we're running the 1.65 rocker ratio, so that's going to help immensely there. So very excited about the camshaft, guys, because they rate this one around 3,000 to 6,000 revolutions. The previous one was around 500 revs less. But with boost, guys, they say you gain an extra 1,000 on it, just as a rule of thumb. Now, of course, I've done videos, guys. This is the block that I did the oiling mod trick. So if you want to have a look at that and check it out, it's in my playlist if you're on the channel. So just go through there and you'll see that. I'm going to run this is my stage 2 oil pump. Like I said, I've done videos on that too. I've actually done a stage 1, was my first pump I modded, and I tell you, I've had that's a brilliant little pump. But being the person I am, I love improving things even more. So I've pushed this one a little bit further, guys. I've done a little bit more extensive porting on it. We've enlarged the holes where we can. I've actually enlarged the pickup side on this one. I'm not going to enlarge the diameter on the pickup. To be honest, I feel that the pickup that I've got is a really good one. So look, I was going to do it, but you've got to draw a line somewhere sometimes. Not to say that I won't increase the diameter tube on the next one. But anyway, like I said, we're running with the stage 2 pump. We've got the oil modded block now, so we're getting, I wouldn't say priority to the main bearings, but it's definitely a big improvement, because number 4 cam feeds the right side galley, and that compromises, guys, the number 5 main bearing. So what I've done there, you block it off at number 4 cam, and we do a little annulus trick to get it across to here to feed this side galley. And as you can see, I've done some drilling in there. And yes, so that basically you'll get the right-hand side galley filled up from the number 1 cam area. So we're not compromising number 5 main bearing now, so that it all gets a good flood of oil, and we're still getting plenty of oil to the right-hand side galley. So awesome, great little trip. And I ended up tapping in bungs, all for the threaded bungs for the rather than using the Welsh plugs in spot. And I've blocked off the bottom. Oh, it's a little pipe that comes out and feeds the chain. I've blocked that off. So it's just little bits and pieces to improve on what we've got. And the oiling system, in my mind, guys, is so critical. It really is critical to longevity and reliability, because when I pulled that other engine down, guys, the bearings were in incredible shape considering what the motor's been through. So it just goes to show, if you do your homework and you go that extra mile on your oiling system, and I still feel, guys, volume is key, and a really good designed sump too. So we've had the block deglazed, as I've said, so that's been prepped. It's been chemically clean. We've got really good tolerances now for our cam bearings, 2.5 thousandths right through. We've got 3 thousandths for our conrod, and we've got around 2.5 to 3 for our main bearings. Tiny little bit of indiscrepancy there, but that was with the plastic gauge. But oh no, I'm very happy with it so far. So it's all good. Now the next phase, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to core fill, or grout, as they call the block. I'm sort of thinking, I think halfway is about here. I've sort of done the measurement, and I'm sort of just going to go, I'd like to get it just to the top of the Welsh plug, and I think that'll be really nice. So that's another stage I'm going to do. I'm actually going to put the rotating assembly in, and then I'll seal it all off to protect it, and then I'll go ahead and do the grouting. But I really want to set this up nice and level first, and then just work on that. So everyone's got their different ways of doing things, and some say, oh, don't grout it after you've done your machine work. They're saying grout it first and then do your machine work. I can see the sense in that, but I don't have that luxury. So I've already done the machine work, and I want to sort of start moving on with it and put it together. But the other block that I'm getting done, guys, I'm actually getting that all re-sleeved, all 8 cylinders. But the damaged bore, I'm getting an extra thicker sleeve. They recommended me that I put one in it. So I'm going to go down that road, and then I'll get it grouted and then do the machine work on it. So yes, I'm very excited. I'm going to put a lot of little update videos or progress videos, say when I get the crank in and show you the girdle, things like that. I'm not going to sit there and actually work on it while the camera's running. I did that before. I'm not the quickest worker. I take my time. I tend to go back over stuff all the time. So I'll just put them up as I do progress on it, and we'll talk about it, and and show you that, guys. It'll be very exciting and interesting, and I think this little motor's really going to go incredibly well, especially guys with that camshaft. I think that camshaft's really going to suit this 355. And as I know before, it was incredible in spooling. I mean, we were getting full boost around 3.1, 3.2, and that's not bad. That's pretty incredible. And that, remember too, guys, that was with the that was before I got that programmable ignition, and I had a locked out dizzy of 20 degrees. So now when we're in NA form, under boost, we're ramping timing in. It was chalk and cheese when I swapped it out and tried it on the 308. It felt like the 355. So I'm guessing this will be even better again. So I'm excited. I just can't wait. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to start putting them up soon and keep you all in the loop and have a great little rebuild time and the comeback. This is going to be the comeback, and this engine has taken all my knowledge in the last sort of 5 years of development and trial and error. It's all starting to come together, guys. I've got a lot of faith in this little combination when I put it all together. All right, guys. I'll pop one up soon. Catch you later.